Hi y'all, welcome to the Messy Studio. If you saw my last project video, you saw me destroy what was turning out to be a really pretty mesquite hollow form. Well, like we always say here in Texas, if you get thrown off the horse, get back on. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try to channel my inner rebel turner and I'm not going to go as crazy as Al does with the strange shapes. I'm just going to take this piece of Ashe Juniper and try to make a vase or vase as most wood turners know. Just because you start with a plan doesn't mean the wood is always going to cooperate. Sometimes the wood wants to be something else. Apparently such was the case with this piece of juniper, but a natural edge on the top. So stay with me and let's see what happens. This little beauty measures 10 inches or just over 10 inches long and about 9.5 inches wide at the widest, but that's because of these two wings right here, or this one wing that's split into two, and that's mainly just sapwood. That's going to come off. This will be the bottom. No, this will be the top. This is going to be the bottom. So I'll cut my tenon down here. I got the outside cut to shape that I wanted. And then when I started the hollowing process, well, that's when the juniper said, I don't want to be that. I was reminded of a couple of videos that I saw a few years back by a wood turner that, a YouTube turner that I really think a lot of. He's one of my favorites. He hasn't posted anything in a few years and I hope he's okay. But that's Robbie the wood turner. He turned a number of off-center and twisted boxes. And so that's what this juniper is going to become. I'm going to turn it down into an actual cylinder, smooth the sides up where it's now sweeping. And I think I can get two boxes out of this. One of them I'm going to turn just three-sided and use this oak burl for a lid. And the other one is going to be all juniper. So if you haven't seen Robbie's videos on how to do that, check them out. But I'll show you how I'm going to go about using his method. I'm doing this in homage of Robbie. So let's see where we go.
For the safety police, I'm wearing my shield.
cut this off with the bandsaw. I need to cut the same size tenon over here. Now what you want to do is you want to divide this into 120 degree, equal 120 degree segments. This one will be 1. It doesn't really matter what order you go around, as long as they're the same on both sides. So this is 2, this is 2, 2, 2, lines up. 3, 3, lines up. Now, we're going to put this in number 1. And number 1. Now these are about the same, and you want to mark them, because when we turn that side down, we're only going to turn down to right there. Put my face shield back on, and let's get to turning. Turn the lathe down, going about 560 RPM. And I'm watching the shadow. Yep, I'm at my marks. I just need to smooth that up. I'll sand this by hand. You don't want to sand it running because you'll round the corners and lose the definition. There's no use to waste time and card space with you watching me hand sand, so when I get this sanded, I'll come back. Alright, I sanded it, got sanding sealer on it. Turn it to number 2 and do it again. Got the sanding sealer on it, sanded up. Now let's move it to hole number 3. I'm not happy with that right there, so I'm probably going to round this off just a little. For some sanding, and I'll be back. So I've got this turned to my 3-sided shape. Now I'll mount it in the chuck and start hollowing the inside. I find I get a more accurate cut with it, and it doesn't beat the crap out of me. And this cedar being brittle, I want to be as easy on it as I can. Now take this little darling, turn this live oak burl into a lid. So I'm going to fill these. You've seen me fill this stuff before. I'll do it off camera. So now I'm going to start turning the piece of the lid. Stay sealed in place. Now I've got it to my measured diameter, so I'll face the bottom off. Now I can turn this around into the chuck, finish the bottom of the lid, then I'll turn it back around and finish out the top. But I don't want to finish off the bottom. I can turn it around now, but I don't want to really finish off the bottom until the box itself is done and I can refit and make sure everything's right. Well, that burl's going to be pretty. The only problem with antique oil is you have to wait 24 hours between coats for it to dry. So I'll put another coat on this tomorrow. My bad. I got excited and started turning the lid before I turned the camera on. So I turned it around and I'm shaping now. I'm usually a lacquer guy, but I got this tip from Mike Peace, good turner. Over the next couple of days, I'll put a couple of coats on. I'll probably go with 3 or 4 total. Look how pretty that is. That's a pretty piece of burl. Okay, I've got it chucked up. Got tape on the jaws. And I didn't tighten it with very much pressure, so I'm going to leave the tailstock on as long as I can. if I do this right, I'm gonna cut this bottom off from here, concave it a little bit. But if I do this, and then I'm gonna take this out, if I do this right, I'll be left with 3 legs. If my measurements were right in the first place, I'll be left with 3 legs of basically the same size. And that's what happens when you get the bottom too thin. And when you've been turning with no sleep. I know better. I've got another piece of oak burl. I may turn me an oak burl pedestal for this little box. Just a little pedestal foot. But for now, it's going on the back burner. I got other stuff to do. And that's the problem with working with cedar. It's really brittle. You have to be real careful, take it real slow, like I did the angel bell. I hollowed it without any problem. It was a little smaller, not much, but I was going real slow and taking my time and had plenty of rest. That's 2 failures in a row. I have no doubt if I was working with oak, that wouldn't have happened. And I know I wouldn't have gone too thin, but I like juniper. I like the way it finishes. So I'm gonna turn more of it. I'm just gonna be more careful. You know what they say about karma. I guess it's what I get for goading Mike and the finishing that piece he cut the bottom out of. I haven't gone through the bottom in a while. Several years, in fact. I will finish it, Mike. I really will, I promise. Just not right away, maybe. I want to do something else. Sorry, guys. I really do know how to turn. I promise. Thanks for watching. I'm going to cut this short. Y'all come back and see us.